Happy Saturday. I'm so happy to be here with you. I am going to put a link in the comment for my stand store. If you would like to get more information about what the angels want to say to you, I can do private angel card readings, and that's why I've put a link in the stand store. And I appreciate you being here so much today. I'm looking at your comments. If you are here and you would like me to pull a card for you and see what the angels have to say to you today, please put your name and me in the comments, and I will be happy to help you. You know, in April of 2021, I had what's known as a near-death experience. No, this is not what I thought we'd be doing with my life. This has not been it. But after my NDE, my psychic energy opened. I mean, it blew the doors off. I see things, I hear things, I know things, I feel things in my body. I hear guidance, I see images. So I have claircognizance, so I know things. I have clairsentience, so I feel things. I also know that there's a healing element that I have to offer. And I have been working with a coach to help me embrace this gift. Did you see the bright orb that just shot past my head? That's the angels, the guides, the teachers, letting me know that they're here. And I know this might sound weird to people, and I get it. It felt weird to me. It took a long time for me to feel the courage to get out here in the open. Hi, Erica. Hey, Erica, you were here last week, right? Welcome back. So if you would like to share in this beautiful gift, hey, I see Valeria. Let me write your name down. I see some names coming in. Valeria. And if I say your name, please stay here. Oh, I love your name. It has a beautiful ring to it, Valeria. Who is Kasa? Just says me. I don't know who that is. Would you please give me your name? KSABSZ. Good morning. Live Wanderlust. I love your name. And so I am here to share some angel card readings. What I've also done is I have put a link to my stand store where people can do a 30 or 60-minute reading with me. And I'll tune into my body. I will tap into the messages from the angels, but also tune into my body, my intuitive sense, and understand what you need and share that with you. So you can book appointments with me through that stand store. Hi, Belinda. Thanks for being here. All right. So I am really excited to get started. And I'm just looking through here. Oh, Jade, thanks for sharing your name. Okay. And thank you. Yes. Okay. Got it, Jade. Thank you. Stay here. I hope you're still here. All right. So I'm actually going to start with Valeria. She was one of the first ones, and then Jade and Belinda. Erica, I will pull you a card, but I'm going to get you after because I know you were here last week. And that's just to be equanimable. I think that's the word I want to say in the sharing of this gift. Okay, and thanks for being here again. So Valeria, if you are still here, you don't have to still be here because I love to post these after. And I'm just tuning into my body, Valeria. And I always start with a prayer. I clear out my own thoughts. I don't look at the camera. I don't look at the feed. I kind of tune into my higher mind. And I ask for the good of all, the harm of none, and for your highest good, for a message of love, light, and healing to come through. And Valeria, I'm going to tell you, my jaw has just become very tight, specifically in my temporomandibular joint, which is where people get TMJ disorder. My upper row of teeth have also gotten very tense. And so I'm going to tune into this for a moment. It feels stress. You know, I know when I get stressed out, my teeth clench and I'll start grinding. And I've had episodes in my life where it'll get so bad the jaw will actually lock into position, and it's incredibly upsetting when that happens because it's scary. And I feel specifically in my back 2 molars on the upper right side. And before I draw a card, I'm just going to let you know what I feel in my body. Because that's part of the clairsentience and part of my healing gift of being able to help people heal in body, mind, and spirit. That's not a medical healing. It's really just, it's an opening of energy channels and allowing the vibration to open so insights can be made. It's through my upper palate and into my sinuses. So I don't know if you're having a lot of sinus trouble, heavy allergies, if you're in a toxic filled environment from times, whether that's air pollution or otherwise, that it's really making your sinuses and your jaw tight. So I'm going to tune into this. I'm going to ask the angels for a little guidance. I'm going to shuffle the cards, Valeria. Ooh, yeah, it feels sinus. So I've shuffled the cards. I'm splitting the deck in half, and whatever is on top is the message that I do believe the angels have for you. And it's aspiration. Now, aspiration is twofold. I'll share with you what the card says, but I'm going to give you the intuitive sense. Aspiration can be aspiring to a higher level, a dream, a goal. And I'm just reading in my body because I just got short of breath and tight at the back of my throat, and my teeth are chattering. So I actually think that's the correct. Wow, there's a word that was correct and right, and it came through like correct. So they're telling me that's right. That was really funny. So aspiration is to aspire, to want more, to raise your level of energy and listen to the guidance of God, the angels, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, and ask them for help. And know when you do that they hear you, and it's your job to walk in faith. I'm reading my body. I'm reading the senses that are in here right now. I'm finding it really hard to breathe through my nose. So this feels very sinus related. And Valeria, let me know if I'm hitting any of this, if it's on target or if it's not, because that is important for me. Okay. And I'm just breathing and I'm settling the energy in my body. Even my voice has changed, by the way. Can you hear that? Can you hear how it has, the pitch of my voice has actually changed, which tells me there's a lot going on in the throat and the vocal cords. So yeah, that's on point. So let me tell you the angel card. Specifically, your affirmation is, I aspire to the great and the glorious. It is time to set your sights higher. If you're settling for mediocre, aim for the superb. Stretch yourself to fulfill all your potential and hold mighty visions. Find the wisdom within you, which enables you to aspire to the great and the glorious. Then expand your comfort zones so that you can explore your dreams. And Valeria, here's what I'm being called to do. Like, this is the claircognizance. This is what comes in when a thought really strong comes in. I'm going to take a moment to allow the light of the angels into this area, into your sinuses and your jaw and your palate, the palate of your mouth. I'm just breathing in, and you can do this with me. You can do this at any time. So imagine that you are in a room, and that room is filled with a beautiful white iridescent light. This is the light of healing, the light of love, the light of knowledge and wisdom. And they usually don't say knowledge to me, so I think that's important. And as you inhale this beautiful white iridescent light, I want you to fill your sinuses, your head, the back of your throat with the energy of the light. And as you exhale through your mouth, keep the light in your sinuses. Keep it in your teeth, keep it in your jaw. So you inhale this beautiful white healing light of love and knowledge, and let it fill this area. Let it envelop this area. And as it fills the area, allow it on the exhalation to have anything that is dark or toxic breathed out through your mouth. So we're inhaling the white light through your nose, and we're exhaling anything that no longer serves you. And I get physical sensations when I know I'm in the right place when divine light is coming in, because I tremble. I tremble from head to toe. And I'm going to tell you, I'm trembling right now, which for me is an energetic symbol, but it's also igniting the change in the vibration of the body and the tissues. And keep taking this out of your body. And I'm going to leave it at that for you to practice, because really the purpose of this is empowerment. Like, you really don't need me. You actually can ask for the help and the guidance, and it'll come in. So my job is to tell you what I feel and hear, to then allow the guidance to come in, and then empower you to know you have this beautiful guidance and this beautiful loving light inside of you. And you can help yourself to continue the healing process, that you can tap into your own intuitive inner knowing and inner being, and allow the light of love and healing grace of God to enter. And it's always for the good of all. It's always for the harm of none, and for your highest good. And practice gratitude with it. Okay? And Valeria, you can let me know if that was helpful to you. And I'm still trembling, so I'm going to calm my nervous system a little bit. I love that they're here with me. If you see any orbs flying through the background, there's nobody here but me and my dog, and she's sleeping down here. I love when the little balls of light come through. The very beginning of this, I saw a huge one. That's the angels, the guides, my teachers, my loved ones here, just to offer me reassurance, because it's weird to be able to do this. So Valeria, I really do hope that was very helpful for you. And what I'm doing today is angel card readings. Jade, I'm going to pull a card for you next. And if anybody would actually like to have a longer 30 or 60 minute session for the angel card readings, I have put my Stan Store link in the comments. And I just saw in my, in this space, not in the camera, I saw a white orb go past. It's pretty cool that I can see those as well. I just saw it again. It just traveled through here. Okay, so Jade, thanks for being here. That's what I just wanted to say. I know that's part of your name. So, and then Belinda, I will be happy to share this gift with you next, because that's how I see this. I do see this as a gift. And the gift is something I received. Hi, Denise. Through my, I had intuitive sense my whole life, but it really opened during my NDE, or my near-death experience in 2021. And I've been slowly integrating it and understanding it and allowing it to develop. And it's going to continue to develop. And it's by the grace of God I go. And we can all do this. We can all tap into our angel energy. So Jade, what a beautiful name. I always begin with a prayer, and for the good of all and the harm of none, and for your highest good, I'm going to ask the angels, the guides, the teachers, Yeshua, which is Jesus's real name, the Holy Spirit, and the Madonna. I don't know why. I normally don't hear that. I'm not inspired to say the Madonna, but I do feel that that was important to say here. For words of love, wisdom, and hope to come through. And I'm just quietly tuning into my body. Way and wander came into my thought process, and I wanted to just remind you of the Rumi phrase, which I think you already know, is that all who wander are not lost. But seeking is okay. Questioning, asking for guidance is okay. Very interesting. I'm tuning into my body, seeing what I feel. And it's in my hips, but it's, okay, so I study anatomy because of my full-time career in fitness. It's in my glutes, and those are the muscles in your bum. And it's bilateral, meaning it's on both sides, but I'm really drawn to my left side. And it feels weak. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know if you're having back pain. I don't know, because I don't feel back pain in my body for you right now. But what I'm sensing is that your glutes are weak. Core and glute strengthening is really important for you to do it gently with maybe Pilates. If you do get a trainer, please make sure they are well educated. I mean, I'm in fitness. I've been working in fitness for 34 years, and I would want you to have good quality guidance. And I don't know if any of that resonates with you, Jade, but that's what's there for me. And it's definitely left side. It's lateral on the left. It's really glute medius, which causes the leg. What glute medius does is it pulls the leg it abducts it, it abducts it away from the body. It also helps with rotation of the hip and leg, so you can move your leg out away from the midline. And that's, I mean, I am feeling it there, like there's a magnet on my tuchus. There's my grandmother, channeling my grandmother. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you whatsoever, Jade, but that's what's there for me. So I'm going to shuffle the cards one more time. I'm just going to see what the angels have to say for you, okay? And I've split the deck. And, imagination. What a pretty card. I don't know, I just saw Disney. Because that's what imagination reminds me of. It reminds me of Walt Disney World. And by the way, ironically, I just said something from my grandmother. My grandmother and Walt Disney World are intertwined, because when I was little, we were incredibly poor. And every Sunday, I mean, my father was in law school as I was growing up, so we had no money. I'm from a very large family, and we used to go to my grandmother's house every Sunday for dinner. It was a way to spend time with her. It was a way to, my mom to spend time with her, because she and my mom were very close, but also it was a way for us to get fed. Not that we were starving, but we weren't eating a lot of quality food. There was a lot of spaghetti and hot dogs. But the night would always end because a movie from Walt Disney would always come on at 7 p.m. And then we would watch the beginning of the movie sitting in my grandmother's house. And when I heard Imagination, I saw the image of the beginning of the movie where it's the castle and Tinkerbell flies by. And so I don't know if that's relative to you or just relative to me, but I said my grandmother's name right before this. So imagination is your affirmation. I want to point this out first, is I picture positive outcomes for the highest good. Okay? Thoughts are the building bricks of life, for everything begins with a thought. Add creativity to thoughts and you have imagination. Every castle starts as a castle in the air. I can't believe I just read that line. When I told you, when I said imagination, I saw the castle. Ding, ding, ding. That's so cool when that happens. I love that. This image is then grounded by architects and builders. The angels are inviting you to use the power of your creative imagination to expand your horizons and picture the life you want. When you hold a vision, the angels see the clarity of your intention and open doors to help you. The angel wisdom guides you to decide your desired outcomes. Be certain that you have the purest intentions. Then imagine your dreams and start the process of creation. What a beautiful card. I'm going to hold it up just because I don't think I held it up at the beginning, because I got such a strong visual as soon as I pulled this card. And Jade, I don't know if that actually resonates with you, if it helps you, and so you do have pelvic pain, which you are due to get checked out, but thank you. You're creative too. You're an artist as well, and you've been encouraged to start watercolor painting again. And I could tell from the way you spelled watercolor, you're British, or from the British education system at least, because in the United States, we don't spell color with a U. That's fantastic. Interesting. Fantastic. Thank you for, I just kind of got nervous and lost my breath for a second. Hold on. Let me see. I'm taking a deep breath in. Yeah, no, I'm staying on the left glute. and they wanted me to stay there. And so I just wanted to let you know that. And imagination is beautiful. It's funny, I have a very diverse background. My degree from college is in art and art history. I fell into fitness. It's a long story. But it actually, everything we do leads to something else. So my study of especially life drawing and sculpture and painting allowed me to see the human body and the way it moves. I had to study anatomy to understand the human body and the way weight shifts. And so as a fitness professional for the last 34 years, which I fell into, it's interesting, and it was almost like divinely guided that I got there, because I studied the human body for so many years through movement. I was able to see the human body differently and really understand balance and symmetry and movement patterns, and understand the way the body works. And now that's actually helping me in this phase of my career, because I've studied so much about the body. I can tune in and understand it. So, make sure you are gently working the body. Pilates is one of my favorite ways of especially working the glutes, because it's a gentle, progressive series. I'm on Peloton. I love their Pilates, and you can do it in the convenience of your own home all the time. I just think their teachers are wonderful. Their strength is wonderful also. So Jade, I hope that is great for you. Hello, study side with me. Nice to see you. And Belinda, if you are still here, and for those of you who are Angela Goodwin, I read that as Angel Goodwin first. Thanks for being here. For those of you who have just gotten here, I am doing some angel card readings. I have read a couple people. I have more time. I'm going to read Belinda next. And if you would like a card pulled, please put your name and me after. Also, if anybody would like a longer reading, I have put my link to my stand store. Did you see the orb? Did you see the other orb? They start flying around me. It's just always beautiful confirmation for me. I put a link for my stand store in the comments. And I have 30 and 60-minute sessions where we really tune into your body, the angel wisdom. I use the cards as a tool, but then I tune in and help open understanding. And yeah, so that's what I do. Oh, good. Jade, thank you so much. Hi, Denise. So if Belinda is still here, Denise, I just wrote your name down. So thanks for being here. Actually, whoa. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to say, I don't know if this is for Belinda or Denise, but a card literally just jumped out of the deck at me, and that is significant. So Belinda, if you are here, hello, Belly in Scotland. Okay, Denise, I don't know the card I pulled for you before, but I'm going to tell you. Oh, Bella, you're still here? Good, good, good. So Belinda and Denise, I don't know which one of you this is for, but normally I say a prayer, I shuffle the cards, and then I cut the deck, but a card jumped out at me, and it's discipline. Okay? So my question for you, Denise, is I don't remember the card that I pulled for you a month or so ago. But it is for one of you. And Belinda, I want to take you through the experience. And I'm just thinking this is for Denise. Oh, hey, Gary. I love the Scottish accent. It is wonderful to hear. I have a friend that I've actually met through all of this Instagram fun. And every time I think about Scotland, I now think about him. So, let me turn into this discipline card and let me see what I feel. And I'm going to tell you immediately what I noticed is off to my right. It's going to look like it's the left in the camera. A dark cloud, like a dark shadow. Like it was, so in my peripheral vision, I saw something very dark off to my right. And that's not a bad thing. It's nothing. What darkness is fear. It's brought out by fear. Because there's really only love or fear as the basis of everything that we do. And the more the veil between our physical being and our energy being is lowered, the more layers of the veil, it's darker. And that's just because we separate ourselves from the light, from the intuition, from the eternal guidance. It's getting dark over here again on the right hand side. So the solution to fear and darkness is prayer and meditation. And we can all do this that I'm doing right now. We can all tune into our intuitive knowing. We can all connect to our highest source of knowledge, wisdom, love, and light, which some people call God, some people call it the universe. We can all tap into this. My medium for doing this has always been journaling. I sat for a long time this morning because I was inspired to do it, to journal. And they showed me this difference between the light and the dark. And light and dark are just higher vibrations or lower vibrations. Neither is good nor bad. It's just how open we are to hear. And people who can't hear, they just have more layers of the veil. And the image that I got was, it's like you're in bed and you pull the blankets up over your eyes. And sometimes you pull them up to your chin, sometimes you pull them up to your nose, sometimes you pull them up to your eyeballs because you don't want to see anything. And because people are afraid of who they would have to be if they entered into the light. If they really started to listen to their inner knowingness, they might not want the answers that are available. So, just backing back through here. And so I don't know if what I'm saying is more relevant for Belinda or Denise. I'm just going to put it like that. Hello in Tokyo. I'm going to write your name down. Mashiko. What a beautiful name. Sensi, Ohio. I had to study Japanese in high school. So, it is. You don't have to have religion to believe any of this, because I have great faith in God. I have no religion that I aspire to. I believe in Christ, but I'm not in dogma. I'm just in spirit. So I hope that answered your question. All right, Belinda, the card that I had pulled is discipline. And I get that you are struggling, and that's okay. let me tune into this for you, Belinda. I'm going to set this card aside. All right. I'm going to ask for another piece of guidance. I know what I just received. Mashiko, if it is midnight, hang in for a few minutes, because I want to find this energy for Denise. Oh no, I'm sorry, for Belinda. And I'm going to tell you, Belinda, as I'm tuning into your energy, it got light over here. I was talking earlier about darkness. It just got light, okay? It just started to open itself up. And Mashiko, stay, because I want to tell you something very interesting. 2 of my teachers live in Tokyo. Jeffrey and Hisami Allen. So Belinda, let me take a deep breath. For the good of all, the harm of none, and for your highest good, I'm going to ask the angels, the guides, the teachers, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, to come through and give you hope. And I'm going to tell you what's there for me. Spring. Do you feel like you get seasonal affected? Meaning when the days are shorter and darker and colder, do you find that you go through these spells almost annually? Like it's after the holidays, that it's, you know, emotionally there's things going on, but you just don't know why you drag. And I'm going to tell you, there's a word in my brain. This is the Claire cognizance, and it's potassium. And I'm just going to tell you what's there. Potassium. But I kind of think I heard spring, and I saw like the beautiful colors of spring in my mind's eye, in my higher mind. And to me, then the next feeling was this seasonal affective disorder where, you know, we are like plants. But also if you are lacking in potassium, you'll feel depressed, you'll feel low, you will get dehydrated, and then you can't push through because your body just doesn't have any energy. And I'm just going to give you what is there for you. Oh, interesting. So Belinda, yes? Okay. So I am shuffling one more time, and I'm going to cut the deck, and I'm going to ask for the guidance for you. So I'm really thinking the discipline card was for, ooh, I just got dizzy. Wow. I literally got thrown off my balance, Belinda, as I cut the card and I went to the top. And it's beginnings, okay? Spring is the beginning. It's the beginning of a new cycle. Spring. So everything, every season has to come around. Everything has to grow, and then it kind of hits an access point, and in order for it to regenerate, it comes back through. And so the card that I pulled for you, after talking about spring and asking you about seasonal affected, is beginnings. And it says, I love it when this happens. I love when I say something and then I read the card and it says exactly what I just said. Life is a series of cycles, and a time of rebirth is indicated for you. Rebirth is spring. Oh, I love this for you. I just feel joy. This may mean a new phase in a relationship, the germination of a fresh idea or the development of qualities in you like laughter, light, or hope. It may herald a total change. Do not be afraid to let go of the familiar, for the new cannot enter until the old and outworn has departed. Your angel guidance is to accept the new, for it will be welcome when it arrives. You're always afraid of change, Belinda. Well, again, there are only two polar opposites. It's love or fear. And so if you are feeling the fear, and remember earlier I was talking about the darkness and how, to me, the darkness that I saw clearly out of my right side was like a cloud. And to me, that represents the veil. It represents the veil that lowers between us and the spirit world through the universal power. And the more afraid we are, the more layers of the veil are there. And if you know one layer of a veil, you can always see right through it. That's how thin the layer is between us and our guides, our loved ones who've crossed over, angels, Yeshua, Jesus, like to talk to them and ask them for guidance. And you'll know it's from the light if it's for the good of all, the harm of none, and for your highest good. And that's really an important quality to remember, that it's never urgent. It's always soft. It's always based in love. And it's guidance. You have the ability to say no, thank you. That's why it's guidance. It's not absolute. You always have free will, whether you're going to answer it or not. Now, when you are in fear, it's going to get darker and darker and darker, because fear lowers your energetic vibration. It brings you down, quite literally down, like you feel down. And it's about asking for guidance, asking for help, asking for understanding. You can, and the angels, by the way, love when you ask. They love when you ask for help. Like they're kind of sitting there in the bleachers of your life. Like we walk around with like I just saw like a football field bleacher, and they're in the bleachers waiting for you to call them on the field. And they're like, put me in, coach. Talk to me. Let me in there to help you. But you have to ask for it, because they're not allowed to come in and help you unless you actually ask for help. And I really am, Belinda, I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to leave you with the hope that you are entering spring, and that you understand that new beginnings are coming, and it's going to be based in faith and asking for guidance. And I love that message for you. It came through for me this morning too, in my journaling. I had the most beautiful journaling experience this morning. When I sit to write, I write, good morning, I write, dear God. If anybody wants my 21-day journaling to joy challenge, you can put journal in the comments and then check your DMs. And I give you a guide to help you start journaling on a regular basis. For me, I have ADHD. I had a severe brain injury in 2008 from a car accident, and it was so hard to focus for so long that the journaling helped, because it helped me just stay focused on the page. And then I started to, as I was going through the worst years of my life, absolute worst. It was about a decade of really bad stuff happening. I finally had to throw my hands up and say, God, I give up. I don't know what you want from me, but obviously I ain't getting there on my own, and I am ready to hear you. And what I realized is that I had to go through all that darkness. I had to fall to my knees and surrender and say, I don't know. Apparently, I ain't getting this by myself, and I need to ask you for love and light and guidance. And my journaling changed. My journaling started to give me insights into guidance. And the way you knew it was from the highest sources, when I would write it, I'd ask a question, or I'd just spill my guts and tell God everything I was going through. And then I would just get these moments of inspiration and enlightenment that gave me answers, and I'd write the answers down. And when I finished writing, I would feel peace, and I'd go, of course, that's the answer. It's so simple. Why didn't I know this before? And it's because I wasn't letting the light in. And I was so stuck in anger and pain that I couldn't let it in, because I was putting up more layers of the veil. And it wasn't until I got brought basically to my knees with a brain injury from this car accident that I had to stop and just say, I give up. I'm done struggling. Obviously, my way is not working, God. I don't know where you're taking me, but I'm ready to listen. And I'm really sorry for being so pig-headed and stubborn for so many years. All right? So you are so welcome, Belinda. I hope that is very helpful for you. Okay, so Denise, let's talk to you if you're still here. And by the way, you can always follow up with me with a DM and just let me know how that impacted you. So Denise, let's talk about discipline, because I think this one popped out for you. Okay, and I'm going to do this really fast, and then I'm going to chat with Mashiko. So, discipline. I wonder if this was the card I bought. I could see you're here. Hold on. Yes, of course. I think this is the card that I pulled for you before, Denise. Because I remember the first line of the card. An unruly dog is a hazard to itself and others. The animal which has learned discipline and obedience can be trusted and will loyally and lovingly serve its master. It is then allowed off its lead. Wow. So what I'm drawn to here, yes, acceptance, is what I just shared about my story of how I developed journaling. That I was living in hell, and oh, Denise, it was acceptance. Okay. So what I just shared about my journey through journaling, that I had fallen so far and I was living in fear, and I was kind of being forced into a tiny pathway where I almost had to surrender, was that I was the one who was being a hazard to myself and to others, that I was undisciplined and I was unruly, and my brain injury from this car accident slowed me down, and so I had to surrender. And over the next several years of journaling and letting more love and light in, and more trust and more gratitude. So in my journaling, I talk about the 5 pillars, which are perspective, gratitude, acceptance and allowing, truth-telling, and love. That when I filter anything I'm going through one of those 5 pillars, the answers come out on the other side. And the phrase, so each one of those first letters, when written in a column, I heard, please get all the love. And it was all about getting all the love we can in this lifetime. So sometimes we what we're going through at the present moment feels like hell, but metal can't be transformed into something unless it goes through the fire. It has to go through the heat so it softens and it can be molded and blended and shaped into something else. Diamonds become diamonds because they were in pressure and friction and turmoil, and they get transformed through the squeezing and the pressure. Sometimes it takes that, and when we're up to big things in life, we have to prove ourselves and know that we are stronger than we believe. Like, I have no idea how I survived what I went through. No idea. But I survived. And I not only survived, I thrived. So sometimes when we are in the middle of the darkness and the pain, we need to understand where we're being led. We're being redirected. Rejection is protection and redirection, because we need to get on the course that we agreed to before we came here. And honestly, if I hadn't gone through everything I went through, I may not have transformed my life to be so open and willing to ask for guidance and pay attention for guidance showing up. And I'm rather pig-headed and stubborn. I was the unruly dog. The master you are called on to obey is your higher self. You came to earth on a mission, and only self-discipline will enable you to fulfill it. Tune in and ask your angels for help and support so that your life becomes happy and rewarding and divinely directed. Discipline is the key to fulfilling your destiny. Self-discipline brings me freedom. And also, the thing that's very apparent for me here for you, Denise, is self-discipline is a masculine energy. It's a powerful energy. And Matt doesn't mean that you need to be more manly. It's just a masculine. And the irony is that what I've discovered over the last few years is that I have a lot of masculine energy and a lot of feminine shadow. And my job has been to getting more of my feminine light to come forth to balance my masculine energy. Discipline is very masculine. It's masculine light. We are both. We are not one or the other. And we, in this journey, are learning the duality, the embracing of the yin and the yang, the light and the dark, the love and the fear, and doing it all anyway. Okay? So thank you for allowing me to share that with you, Denise. And Mashiko, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. If you're still here, I'm going to pull you an angel card. And when you hopped on here and said you were from Japan, two of my teachers, they don't know me personally. I've taken their courses. Okay, good. I'm glad you're here. Jeffrey Allen, I found through Mind Valley. And I took his duality course. That's actually funny that I said duality a couple seconds ago. Because, and it really, I learned so much through that course on how to meditate, how to tune inside, how to protect my energy, how to remove foreign energy. And I I had the most amazing experience through this course. And then he and his wife, Hisami, then taught a follow-up course called Spirit Mind. They actually teach it now in Japanese too, because it was originally in English, and then they created the same program in Japanese. And the funny story is that they met, and Jeffrey only spoke English and Hisami only spoke Japanese, and something intuitively inside of them said they were supposed to be together, but they didn't even speak the same language. And they just trusted the guidance. And I've learned so much from them. So, oh, Celine, thank you. Thank you. What am I? I am a Leo. I am definitely a Leo. I'm many things, but I love the fire. So, Mashiko. If you're called to it, Mashiko, you will take it. And if you're not called to it, don't. Here's the thing, and this is one of the things I'm learning. I am always learning. I'm always reading. I'm always going to seminars. I'm always learning from teachers. And then I am discerning the information, and I'm applying the parts of it that are applicable to me, and I'm letting go of the parts that aren't. And yet, this just got told to me this week. I don't have to take these classes. I don't have to read these books. I don't have to, because if I just really believe God will filter it into my knowingness, it will, whatever I'm meant to know. So always trust the guidance. Always trust. And if you don't know what the guidance is, ask. Ask for signs. Say, if you want to confirm something, ask for a very specific sign. Like Gabrielle Bernstein talks about the blue butterfly. And my teacher, Betty Guadagno, talks about a squirrel. And you see it 3 times in very obscure places. Like there's no doubt that was the sign. Whatever you ask for, if you're looking for confirmation, ask for it to show up 3 times. And I often find that Spirit speaks in 3s. When I'm journaling, I'll hear something and I'll hear it 3 times. And it's just to emphasize it. It helps it to stand out in the vast ocean of information. All right. So Mashiko, I'm suffering. I went to say shuffling and I said suffering instead. I'm shuffling the cards, and I always start with a prayer, and I ask for the good of all, the harm of none, and for your highest good. And I heard Japanese. I'm going to... I can't even talk. I actually can't talk. I'm kind of being frozen. They literally just froze me like a pillar, like I feel stuck. Like frozen in fear. But it's not like I'm afraid for my life. I'm afraid to take another step. I'm having a hard time breathing. I don't know how I want to verbalize this. So I'm looking straight ahead at my desk, and I have cards in front of me. And when I'm doing this, I normally don't see things in front of me. But I'm going to show you what I saw. I saw that. So I saw the sky and balloons. And that's actually a card from my stepsons. But I saw the lightness of the sky and the lightness of the balloons floating in the sky as I look straight ahead. I don't know what that means. I'm going to keep tuning into it. But they froze me. I felt frozen is what I should say. I just stopped and stayed in the moment. And I taste something really, really bitter in my mouth. So that's where you are in your life. You feel a little frozen and stuck. Okay. It is a pretty picture. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you the truth. My stepsons are not in my life. And it's significant that this is it, and I don't know why, so I'm just going to tell you what's there for me. When I ended the relationship with their father, which had to end, he was doing his best, and he told them they were not allowed to talk to me any longer. And I was not blessed to biologically have my own children in this lifetime. So my stepsons were my only experience of being a mother. And letting them go, I knew it was the right thing to do. I knew that they would be okay. And I knew they needed their dad. And no matter what, all the human beings in the world, they would only have one dad. And so my prayer became for God to allow him to be the best father he could ever be for those boys, because that's what they need in life. And I prayed for him to have a wonderful life. Because I knew that's what would benefit the boys the most. And I hope and pray that that's what they got, that their bond with their dad is blessed, and that they thrive in life. I didn't leave that relationship knew I should leave 2 years before I actually left, and none of us ever leave until we are ready to walk out the door, until we are ready. And so not being ready to make a change, don't put it down on you. Don't get angry at yourself. You're just not ready to move until you're ready to move. I stayed because one of the reasons among many, I didn't want to fail again. I really wanted it to get back to as great as it had been, meaning the relationship, but I also knew my stepsons wouldn't be in my life any longer. And I didn't want to lose them. I loved them. I still love them. Even though I knew leaving was what was the right thing to do for all of us, it was not easy. And I was frozen in that situation. I was frozen in that home, and I took it out on myself. I gained weight to mask what was really going on. I share openly that I'm getting rid of collections that I have because as the relationship was failing, my way of dealing with it was to shop vintage jewelry and vintage Christmas items, which at this point I'm now ready to separate from, but I used it as a distraction to the pain that I was experiencing, the fear and the shame of having another failed relationship. And none of that was real. None of that was true. They were all stories I was telling myself. This wasn't a mistake for me to pull that. And I don't know how that story is relevant to your life. But if you feel stuck, give yourself some grace and love. And know when you're ready, you will move. Because when the universe wants you to move, it will make everything in the situation so uncomfortable that the fear of the unknown is so much less than the fear of the situation you're in. And whatever that is, whether that's work, whether that's changing your lifestyle for health and well-being, whether that is changing a relationship. We do not leave until we're ready. And if we are supposed to go, the universe will make it incredibly uncomfortable until we have no choice. That's what I know. And I'm going to tell you that's what's there. I don't even think you need a card. I think that is exactly what is there. Because I still feel it in my body. I still feel it's as if it's a log. It's like my body is a log, like wood. And a log is a tree that's been cut down. So it's cut off from nutrients. You know, and trees live in community. Trees live in a biosphere. They interact with one another. And when you cut a tree down and make it a log, it is not attached to anything any longer. It's not receiving the nourishment is the word that is there for me. The nourishment. It's not receiving it in. So it feels very log. But no, the next image I have is the log falls into the river and the river carries the log to wherever it's meant to be. Because once it's caught in the flow of the river, it's not stuck. And it's actually transforming into something else. So I don't know if that was helpful to you. You have to make a decision. And that's true. I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to leave you with that. And I'm going to say that that's what's there for me. Trust the guidance. And ask for the good of all and the harm of none. And for your highest good to be shown up. to show up. And that phrase, the harm of none. So in my healing process from my now ex, I couldn't wish him any harm. I was committed to not being angry, to not being vengeful, because I'd suffered so long after my divorce because I was angry. I was so angry. And I was in such shame. And it never hurt him, it only hurt me. So when I left this relationship, I was committed to not being angry. And so that element of for the good of all and the harm of none, my thought was, what was in the highest good for the boys? And what was in the highest good for the boys was for their father to thrive and to never wish him harm and to only wish for the good of all and for their highest good. And that offered a lot of peace. And I'm going to leave you with that. Okay? And I have to wrap this up because I have been blessed to share all of this with you. I hope that was helpful for you. And it's a great privilege to be able to share this with you. And you are welcome. You are welcome, Mashiko. That's such a beautiful name. I love your name, Magical Mashiko. Thank you for the magic. It doesn't make me feel uncomfortable. No, it's not like that. I have experiences in my body so I can translate them for someone else. And it's fine. You just reminded me how far I've come. So, all right. So thank you everyone for being here. It was just a beautiful honor and a privilege to help you in any small way. And I really do hope that this was helpful for you. And just remember, please get all the love today and every day. You, my friend, you truly do deserve it.